ES Audio.
Hello, I'm Mark Blunden, and this is the Evening Standard's Tech and Science Daily. Coming up, clues that alien worlds could be orbiting stars just like us. But first,
join us for a story you've never heard.
And after he finished watching the scene and doing the narration, he took his headset off and looked at us and said, "It felt like I was watching them through a pair of binoculars."
we've been speaking to the team behind Prehistoric Planet on Apple TV+. The show is an immersive, photorealistic view into the habitat of ancient Earth and the beasts that once roamed it.
We wanted to make people feel as though we'd taken the best filmmakers from the BBC's NHU and stuck them in a time machine, taken them back 66 million years and filmed the world as if we were going to film lions or bears or tigers. It's just dinosaurs and the other prehistoric animals.
That's producer Tim Walker, who oversaw the docu-series with filmmaker Jon Favreau. The large team included an on-site resident scientist, paleobotanists, paleoclimate experts and archaeologists to help bring the creatures to life.
Asset artist who builds a puppet. Riggers then go ahead and build a skeleton, create the controls and attach the strings for the animators. And then an animator would come in and animate this puppet. Literally, an animator would then be a puppeteer and pull those strings and make it move.
That's animation supervisor Seng Lau from the moving picture company.
You have our tech anim artist that works on muscle bulging, simulation. You have effects artists who, if a dinosaur jumps into a dirt, they'll create sort of effects simulations of dust clouds and sand and liquids, blood, fur and groom departments that create the hair and the fur on all these guys. Lighting departments that, in 3D space, light this animal exactly as it would look. And then at the end, you have compositing artists that take all of our work, put it together and make sure it's one cohesive image to put on the screen.
Seng told us that despite the reliance on modern CGI technology, it was artists' skills that brought the project together. Next, health chiefs are warning people infected with monkeypox to avoid any contact with their pets for 3 weeks. Just over 100 people in Britain have so far been confirmed as having the viral infection, and pets particularly at risk from it include rodents like gerbils and hamsters. The UK Health Security Agency is also recommending dogs and cats should be isolated and checked regularly if a household human has caught monkeypox. More on the energy crisis, and oil prices hit their highest price in more than 2 months on Monday, as traders waited to see whether a planned European Union meeting would reach an agreement on banning Russian oil imports. EU officials due to convene to discuss a sixth package of sanctions against Russia for its invasion of Ukraine. But it comes after European governments failed to agree an embargo on Russian oil on Sunday amid strained supply and rising demand for petrol, diesel and jet fuel ahead of the peak summer demand season in the United States and Europe. Greenpeace and the RSPB Bird Charity says some English shooting estates are burning deep peat moorlands, even though the government has banned the practice. Our peat, which has actually been described as England's national rainforests, supports ecosystems and acts as a store for carbon. But the peatlands are also burned to create space for grouse rearing, so the birds can be shot for leisure. While the government last year banned burning peat deeper than 40 centimetres, Greenpeace and the RSPB say they found evidence the practice is still happening, including in the Yorkshire Dales. Next. Research suggests that aliens could be living on planets that orbit stars similar to our own sun. Scientists from the University of Copenhagen say faraway worlds being heated by pairs of stars actually have a greater chance of also being home to life-giving water. The discovery is based on computer modelling from observations made by super telescopes in Chile of a binary star 1,000 light-years from Earth, which is surrounded by a gaseous, dusty disk. It's being suggested the findings mean alien life of planets similar to Earth perhaps could be common in the universe. Let's go to the ads. Stay there for more news from the world of tech and science. Plus, why it's hats off to Britain's very own mega telescope. Why not hit rate and follow in the meantime? Welcome back. After struggling to find staff during the pandemic, Singapore businesses are increasingly turning to robots for tasks including surveying construction sites, making coffee, and scanning library bookshelves. The city-state relies on foreign workers, but their number fell by over 235,000 between December 2019 and September 2021, and the country's manpower ministry says COVID speeded up the pace of technology adoption and automation. Singapore also has 605 robots installed per 10,000 employees in the manufacturing industry, the most after South Korea. And at the same time, Singapore's National Library has introduced 2 shelf-reading robots that can scan labels on 100,000 books every day. And finally, it's hats off to the Lovell Telescope at Jodrell Bank Observatory, which was apparently inspired by the design of a milliner's box. Previously unseen photographs show construction prototypes of the telescope in the 1950s at the Cheshire Observatory. The pictures were taken by the late Barry Wade, then a trainee engineer, whose family say he called the distinctive structure the Hatbox Telescope. But why? Well, apparently the observatory's founder, that's astronomer Sir Bernard Lovell, was looking for a solution to balance the radio telescope, but had his eureka moment when he opened his hat box to get ready for work one morning. You're up to date. Come back at 4 p.m. for the Leader podcast, where we bring you the latest news, interviews and analysis from the Evening Standard here in London, and we'll be back on Tuesday at 1 p.m.